Hi, my name is Anindya Bose. I'm from Calcutta. I did my master's in international management from Audencia Business School in Nantes in 2016, and I graduated in 2017. Getting a scholarship to study in France was one of the most prestigious moments in my career as well as in my life. And what drove me to France was to study in an international environment with people from lots of nationalities. And to be honest, it not only helped me professionally but also personally, and I got a completely new perspective to how things work in a different westernized country, in a Western country, as well as interacting with people from so many different nationalities and cultures. It was one of the most wonderful experiences of my life. When we think of France, the first things which comes to our mind is of course the Eiffel Tower and Paris, of course. But I got to experience the real France. What I mean by real France is obviously the cultural aspect of France, how the French people work, how the French people see life. And obviously it's different from different parts of France. Well, I lived in western part of France, where the people are much more conservative and they like to do things much more in a simple manner. On the other hand, if I go to, let's say, a bigger city like Paris or Lyon or Marseille, it is much more multicultural and cosmopolitan, and people are always looking to earn money, and the pace of life is much more faster than, let's say, a small village or a smaller town. I would say 3 reasons. Number 1, studying in a multicultural environment where the mode of studying is much more different, and like in India, where it is mainly based on much more collaborative work, experience, as well as more of the practical side of things and theoretical side. Secondly, to learn new things about different cultures from different people. Like in my class, there were about 14 nationalities, and not only that, I interacted with around over, let's say, 70 nationalities across the whole world in my entire tenure in France. And thirdly, to get a new perspective about life and yourself. You learn new things about yourself and what you can do and what you cannot. My learning experience in French was, in one word, quite different and interactive, much more than in here, because in here you get only one type of people, that is us Indians studying in an Indian environment, how we're used to. There are lots of nationalities, mostly European, who are also new to France, and they're also trying to learn French, and learning with a Finnish and a German and a Greek in their own accents, it's quite different, and the exercises were quite funny as well. Well, in terms of education, I would say that things are much more practical in France than in India, where it is much more theoretical. While in terms of the way of living, I would say the Indians are much more aggressive than the French. The French are much more polite and quite timid compared to Indians. I would love to. I came back due to family reasons, but I'm looking for a way to go back and stay there at least for another 5 or 6 years. I prefer if I go for a job, but I'm also looking for PhDs as well to go back to France. The most important thing I miss about France is obviously the weather and the people and the food. Although I would say the Indian food is better than French food in some aspects, but however, the way of life and how we used to interact with different people from across different social sectors in France, and working there was certainly much more memorable than in India. Choose France!